Good morning, Rutgers. I'm Olivia Cruiser.
And I'm Joey Lupo. We've got a great show lined up for you. It is Monday, December 12th, 2016.
Today we're going to paint the town scarlet with CC Crane at the Burn Seminars.
Lucas House will give you the regional and big picture forecast for this week.
Will Powells will tell us all about alternative ways to spend your winter break.
And Chloe Cooper is here to tell us all about the movie The Sandlot, playing on our channels this month.
Looks like a great one. Let's start the show. You're watching Wake Up Rutgers on RUTV. Hello, Rutgers. It's great to be here on this drizzly Monday morning.
We're here to wake you up every Monday morning with all the latest and greatest news, events, and weather.
So, Joey, the end of the semester is officially here. This is our last Monday show. I cannot believe the semester flew by so fast.
I'm stocking up on the energy drinks.
Yeah, no, I agree, because this week is so stressful. We have about 10 more days to just bang out finals, get papers done, projects done, and once that's over, we can relax a little bit, you know?
Exactly. That's the only thing that's getting me through this.
Yeah, I know. Just thinking about relaxing a little bit. But, you know, let's take a trip back a little bit and check out some Burn Seminars.
Hello Rutgers, I'm CC Crane, and today I am here in the Rutgers Art Library to see a student exhibit which is a part of the Burn Seminar called The Book, Digital, Edible, and As Art. Let's go check it out. What kind of pieces are on display today? There's so many to choose from.
So today we're looking at edible books. Ideally, an edible book is something you could eat, but you don't have to be something you can eat. Ideally, you would say it's something that's made probably with food or some type of nourishment. We have the edible book contest open to the public and we have prizes. So often we have categories like the best pun, the most edible book, the least edible book, the best book structure. You actually can turn the pages of the sandwich, which I think is pretty clever. So I think it's pretty interesting to see what folks do with food and how that's part of our culture.
Is this your creation here sitting before us?
Yes, it is. I did Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare as an edible book.
What is your book made out of?
Being Julius Caesar, I wanted to do a play with Caesar salad. So I have a bag here of Caesar romaine lettuce, and I slit it open, and the lettuce is kind of spilling out, and there's a knife stuck in it to represent the scene where Caesar is killed.
We talked a lot about the craze of coloring books. We talked about digital books. We talked about what does it mean now that you can go on Amazon and self-publish. The library, certainly, I often hear, oh, books are going away, and I don't think that's really the truth.
What did you think of this Burn Seminar overall?
I loved this Burn. It was probably my favorite class this semester. I just learned so much more about how they're made and different kinds of books and different ways you can use books to tell stories.
This Burn Seminar has been really wonderful. Miss Megan Lotz has been a treat to have as an instructor.
Well, Rutgers, I hope you had as much fun at this truly unique exhibit as I did. In the meantime, keep painting the town scarlet. I'm CC Crane, RUTV.
If I knew about that Burn Seminar, I probably would have taken it. I mean, that looked very creative with all the food. I would have loved
Yeah,
to.
edible books. I guess
Yeah.
they're hungry for knowledge.
Yes, they are.
All right, I apologize. That was too punny.
No, that
But
was great. Have you ever taken a Burn Seminar?
I took a FIGS, which is
Oh, right.
very similar.
Yes.
The first semester of my freshman
That's
year,
nice,
way back in
yeah.
2013.
Yeah, I wanted to take one, or either a Burn or a Fig seminar, but I don't think it fit in my schedule. I wanted to take the anatomy of a Broadway play because they have some really, really cool, like they had a Yankee Stadium one, and these are just great courses to start the year in college.
Exactly,
To do something you like.
they're fun little courses. They're not too like intense, but
Right.
they just give you they help you ease into college.
Right, and I think it's a great way to meet friends too, because you could meet people with common interests. So that is something every first year should definitely check out.
It's also a good way to figure out what exactly you want to major in too, you know?
Exactly. But it's about time to take our first break, but before we go, let's see how much you know.
When does the spring semester begin?
We'll find out the answer when we get back right after this.
Campus Movie Fest has a new category that you can be a part of. The brand new Secret Stories category dares you to tell the story that inspires you the most. Secret Stories are documentary films that highlight people, places, and causes that deserve to be known. Whatever your passion is, seek out the story and share it with the world. The deadline to submit your 5-minute documentary is May 17, 2017. You could have the chance to win $10,000, a trip to the 2018 Cannes Film Festival, exposure to Discovery Channel professionals, and more. For more information, rules, and submission guidelines, visit campusmoviefest.com/seeker/rules.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Before the break, we asked, when does the spring semester begin?
Tuesday, January 17th.
So that's good to know.
That hardly sounds like spring to me. It sounds more like the heart of winter.
I know, I do agree, because when the spring semester starts, I'm always in this like, wow, it's not even spring yet, because you do have to experience the January, February cold months before spring really
Honestly,
comes.
most spring semesters, like by the time it gets warm, it's finals week
Right.
again, which is always a problem for me because it's like I want to go outside and frolic, but I can't.
Yeah, no, I would agree, because it's mostly the colder months, because the fall semester you anticipate the colder months, but really it doesn't get cold till finals, and then it doesn't get warm till finals again. So
They should just call it semester 1 and semester 2,
Yeah,
honestly. That'd
honestly,
be
yeah,
more
we could-
accurate. But speaking of weather, we're going to take a look at weather right now with Lucas House.
Good morning, Rutgers. It's Lucas House here with your quick forecast. For today, it's going to be raining, a little on the warmer side, 48 degrees, coming winds on the west and 9-11 miles per hour. So we have a look at tonight. It's going to be chilly with 26 degrees, mostly clear, winds coming from the west, 7-10 miles per hour. As we have a look at the 7-day forecast, it's going to be 40s at the earlier of the week, cooling down into the end of the week in the 20s, and warm back up to the 40s and Saturday with rain and snow likely.
So it looks like it's going to rain today. I wish I would have known that. I should check the weather. I mean, I'm never wearing the right shoes. My feet are always getting wet. So, I mean, and the end of the week looks like snow. So
Yeah, I always
Gotta be
take
prepared.
extra socks and umbrella with me just in case it rains because
Right.
I'm too lazy to look at the weather report in the morning.
No, yeah, I always just forget. I always slips my mind. I never think it's going to rain or snow or anything. I just kind of think the weather's going to be whatever the weather's going to be. So I should definitely check the weather app and stay tuned and watch the Weather Watcher so I know what to wear. But we're into some like colder weather now, so it's officially winter. But so we're just about ready for our next break. So stay tuned for news and events after this.
Did you lose your ID? Not sure of what to do? First, send an email to lostcard@aps.rutgers.edu to suspend your card so no one else can use it. Next, visit one of the RU Connection offices to have your lost or stolen ID card replaced. There is an office located on every campus. Rutgers Hall on College Avenue is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Bush, Cook Douglas, and Livingston campus housing offices are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. The Public Safety Card office is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Fridays. You will need to pay for your new ID with $20 in RU Express. If you don't have RU Express, you can go to the cashier's office next to Records Hall before getting a new ID. Make sure to provide a form of unexpired government-issued photo identification when asking for a new ID. It's that easy to replace your ID. Make sure to keep it in a safe place so you don't lose it again. For more information and a more detailed explanation, visit pst.rutgers.edu/rules.php.
Welcome back, Rutgers. So, Joey, this is crazy. I just keep reminiscing of the whole entire semester we've had together, and isn't it crazy that this was your last fall semester?
It's a little weird. Well, hopefully it's my last fall
Well,
semester.
yeah.
If I just give up on finals now, I could be here another 2 years, 3 years, maybe even 10. But
Well, you know, maybe you made
allegedly
that
it's
choice.
going to be my last.
Yeah, so it's crazy that you'll just have one more semester left after this. I can't even imagine, because I feel like my time here has just begun, and I'm already almost halfway done.
Exactly. It hits
So-
you like that.
Right, exactly. So speaking of graduating, calling all grad students, the University Career Services Department is hosting a series of workshops to prepare you for that important phone and Skype interview. Learn all the tips and tricks to help you land your dream job, but act now because this workshop ends on Thursday, December 15th. For more information, email recruiting@echo.rutgers.edu. This is great because I love career services. When they say to really take the resources you really should.
Exactly, because you're going to graduate and you're going to wish you took
Right.
more advantage of what was available to you.
Yeah, I went there just a few weeks ago to have a drop-in resume critique, and when I walked out, my resume was completely different, and like, in a really good way. So they
Exactly.
really know what they're talking about.
A lot of recruiters actually, they kind of like scan your resume almost for
Yeah,
keywords. So you can have like
exactly.
a million things on your resume, but if it's not worded properly, they're just going to throw you in the pile and you won't get your dream
Exactly.
job, and then, I don't know, your parents won't be proud of you.
Yeah, and that's what career services is good for, because they'll tell you the keywords that they look for, and they'll help you better prepare.
Yes. But in other news, do you want your dinner table filled with only the best locally grown produce, even in the winter? The Farmers Market is open every Friday. Stop by this Friday, December 16th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 124 Riders Lane. For more information on this event, please visit rutgersgardens.rutgers.edu.
This is great to have this here because in the winter it's not harvest season anymore, and it might be hard to find those fresh produce. So it's great that Rutgers has that.
It's good. They have a lot of locally grown food without a lot of preservatives, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
But they have other things too. They have little crafts. They have
Wow, yeah.
bakery items. It's a good place to go to.
Sounds great. I definitely want to check that out. I only got a few days left of the semester to do so we should do that. But in other news, University President Robert L. Barchi has established Rutgers as a safe haven for undocumented students. As a safe haven, Barchi said Rutgers will protect the privacy and rights of undocumented immigrant students up to the point where they are not required to turn information over unless there is a subpoena, warrant, or court order. The university's position remains unchanged from a letter he sent to students and faculty last month. While Barchi stopped short of declaring Rutgers a sanctuary campus, his actions effectively meant Rutgers is one, said American Federation of Teachers Rutgers President David Hughes. By promising to protect students' rights within the law, Barchi has followed in the tradition of other institutions that have agreed to protect students from immigration and customs enforcement. The university's charter includes a line saying that Rutgers trustees should establish a university for the benefit of the community, Hughes said. This community includes New Brunswick, where many undocumented immigrants live. Because Rutgers is promising to protect their rights, more students will be willing to come to the university secure in the knowledge that they can learn, he said. So I remember the march that they had, a walkout a few weeks ago we talked about, and it's, Robert Barchi did respond to this. So he didn't move towards a sanctuary campus yet, but it's a step.
It's a good first step. Yeah,
It
and I
is a
think we're going to
step,
see
right.
some really great things in the coming months.
Yeah, so
A lot of progress, but you gotta take the first step.
exactly.
And that might be the hardest step to take.
Exactly.
Exactly. But speaking of taking steps, millennials are more likely to live in their parents' home than in any other living arrangement, according to the Pew Research Center. For the first time in more than 130 years, about a third of adults ages 18 to 34 are living with their parents, then with a spouse or significant other. In New Jersey, a 2015 census revealed that nearly 47% of this demographic are living at home, making New Jersey the state with the highest amount of millennials in the U.S. living with their parents. The Great Recession of 2008 plays an important factor in this trend, as this financial crash was the worst since the Depression in the 1930s, says Jennifer Hunt, a professor in the Department of Economics. In addition to finding a job that will support the cost of independent living, millennials are also not getting paid as much as young adults in the past. Sharon Bezek, a professor in the Department of Sociology, said another reason for the increase of millennials who live with their parents is that fewer young adults are living with romantic partners than in the past. Because more millennials are getting married and settling down later in life, they are more likely to live at home with their parents, causing the amount of young adults living at home to increase. Bezek said, Gender plays a role in the living arrangement of young adults as well. Young men specifically are more likely to live with their parents rather than a romantic partner. Bezek said, the rate of 18 to 34-year-olds living with their parents declined greatly between 1999 and 2008 due to the greater availability of credit to buy houses, Hunt said. Then it increased during the 2008 recession and has only fallen a little since 2012. The future of the trend will depend on both economic and non-economic factors. If the economy continues to grow, jobs and wages will increase, allowing more millennials to afford living expenses.
This is a very interesting study because I think this is something we do see when students graduate college. They mean they're either not getting a job right away or they have loans to pay off. So finances does take a big part in their living situation.
Yeah, it's finances. I think it's also, as society progresses, more and more women are getting jobs.
Exactly.
And obviously, that's not a bad thing.
It's great.
Back in the day, women would graduate high school and they're like, I have to get married.
Right.
But now, women are doing great things like science and engineering and stuff. So, both men and women are focusing on their careers, so they can't really settle down and get married at age 19 like my grandmother did.
Exactly. And they're not starting a family right away. They're going out there building their career, building themselves.
Exactly.
Both people. And so they're not settling down right away. So is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? I think it's a great thing,
Yeah, exactly.
And people are living longer too. That has a big part of it. So they don't have to settle down right away.
Exactly. And so I'm going to go come up with an 80-year plan for the rest of my life, and we will be back after this break.
These clips are inspired by actual events. Don't let this be you. The Rutgers mobile app is an application available for iPhones, iPads, and iPods, as well as Android phones and tablets. Through this app, you are able to access the university in the palm of your hands. On this app, you will find many helpful features such as university bus schedules, dining hall menus for each campus, operational hours and upcoming events for career services, as well as the recreation center's events and hours, and a list of student life events, and more. The app is available at the Apple Store and on Google Play. Download it today. For more information, go to oss.rutgers.edu/mobile.
Do you like kicking back in your free time? Sometimes the dorms can get stuffy and boring, so head on over to the Rutgers Zone. Need somewhere to watch sports? Need to satisfy that ice cream craving? Or are you tired of your old video games? Rutgers Zone is where you need to visit. Enjoy some games, food, TV, karaoke, and so much more. And don't forget to ask for those ice cream toppings. With all of the cool things at the Rutgers Zone, why would you even leave? If you are on Livingston campus, make sure you swing by the Rutgers Zone, just a bus stop away. For more information, please visit zone.rutgers.edu.
All right, we're back, Rutgers, and apparently you can't figure out the next 80 years in roughly 2 minutes. But what we can figure out is our plans for break. So, Olivia, What are you doing over winter break?
Well, I'll be going down to the Keys with my family for the holidays. It'll be nice. We'll be there for 2 weeks or so, or even longer than that. But we're going to be there all at break, so it'll be a nice, relaxing time to spend the holidays.
That's good.
Yeah.
The Keys are in Florida?
Yeah, they are. They're the southern point
It's
of
always
Florida.
funny going to Florida in the winter because it's like 70 degrees and people are all bundled up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, here, like, we need to like walk around with a heater just to stay warm.
Right. It's definitely different going down there. It shortens the break a little bit because you're not in the winter months too much because you go down there, it feels like summer, and then when you come back, it does stink when you come back because it's very cold, but at least it broke it up a little bit for us.
Exactly.
Right.
However, if you don't want to relax and break, you have options to do community service. So we're actually going to go take a look with Will Powles about alternative breaks.
Spring break doesn't always have to be going to the beach. With Rutgers Alternative Breaks, students can learn to be good Samaritans while working on enriching community service projects across the country.
What inspired me to do alternative breaks was I was really passionate about service and education, and I saw that Rutgers Alternative Breaks gives you that opportunity to not only do service in a local community but go in different parts of the United States. So last spring break I went to Selma, Alabama to work with bridging the gap between the school to prison pipeline, and that was really cool because I got to work in different communities in like the urban areas of Selma a week after Obama came. And then this past winter break I was a site leader to Boston, and I also got to work with kids again, but in this trip it was bridging the gap between immigration and education, so that cause isn't as highlighted within like the public, and I think it was like a really good learning opportunity to get to like work with kids but also get to know more about the cause. So my most memorable moment from this past trip, I was actually a site leader for this trip, and just seeing the growth of like my group over the week was like a really awesome experience, and how close we all became, not only as like a group but like with the kids that we worked with, and developing like that bond in such a short amount of time was like really awesome to see. I would definitely recommend alternative breaks to a student. I think it's a great way to get involved with the Rutgers campus. I was a transfer student, and I thought that being involved with Rutgers Alternative Breaks like definitely helped me like set my foot into like different communities, and you get to work with so many different types of people and learn about their backgrounds, and it's just like a really good way to like be like with service and like with, and you make like really awesome like life friends. To apply to be a part of Rutgers Alternative Breaks, they have info sessions in the beginning of the semester. You could definitely find them at the involvement fair, but the applications are also online. For both the winter and the spring trips, you have to apply by November. And then you can choose or preference if you want spring or winter. You guys should all do Rutgers Alternative Breaks, it's so fun.
This is an inspiring and fun chance for travel and growth. Maybe your next break, you'll have the opportunity to lend a helping hand. Until next time, I'm Will Powles, RUTV.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Now that is a great way to spend your break. Doing community service, there are so many different options, and I never realized just how many there were.
Yeah, you could, if I know some of them you go to like, cities that are less fortunate and you build houses and stuff.
Right.
But if you keep hammering your fingers every time you pick up a hammer, like I do, there are other options. Like you can go to soup kitchens and stuff.
Yeah, and I saw they were planting plants, so they're for the environment, and there were so many options to get involved and really do that over break. It's something that is so incredible that Rutgers students do all the time. I know spring break they had one. They went down to Washington, D.C. and helped a community and things along those lines.
Exactly. It's also cool because you get to travel, so you can go to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
I think one group went to New Orleans one time. So.
Yeah, so there's so many options to get involved in, and that's something, hopefully it's not too late to, sign up for something like that before the break.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to go plan my route for my community service trips, and we will be back after this break.
Rutgers University is now offering a master's program in UN and Global Policy Studies. This new program is the only one of its kind in the United States. The curriculum for this program is designed to provide students with qualitative and quantitative analytical skills, as well as hands-on management experience required by leaders in the field. All applicants must hold a bachelor's degree from an accredited college. The program of study requires 36 credits and is open to both part-time and full-time students. For application information and to apply online, check out gradstudy.rutgers.edu. For more information, check out unstudies.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. So, Joey, what do you like to do when you're stressed right before finals?
Do you really want to know? I eat excessively.
I would agree.
It's probably not healthy, but then I use break to exercise and burn off everything I gain.
That's a good plan. You know, that's what I do. I eat during the holidays, and I'll eat when I'm stressed, and then over the break, you know, you kind of get back into the swing of things of eating more healthy. But usually what I like to do when I'm stressed is I like to watch a movie. So speaking of which, let's check out what's playing on RUTV this month.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of What's on RUTV. I'm your host, Chloe Cooper, and I'm here to let you know about all the great movies we have playing on RUTV for the month of December. This coming-of-age movie, set in the summer of 1962, centers around a new kid in town who is taken under the wing of a young baseball star and his team. Together, they find themselves at the center of many adventures, most famously one involving a neighbor's vicious dog.
I got it! Oh, no!
But something else has got their ball.
That wasn't my ball!
Dad's father gave it to him. Babe Ruth signed that ball.
Babe Ruth! We gotta get that ball back.
Got any bright ideas?
Initiate retrieval section number 1. Power connect. Come on, homie, it's heavy. Now. Fire! Big doggy.
20th Century Fox presents...
Hey guys, it's the Sandlot baby.
You're the ones that making all that racket.
A lifetime of adventure.
Come on, Squid, you can do it. Pull through, bud. Little pervert.
The Sandlot.
Be sure to check out The Sandlot on Channel 27.1. Students should also be aware that RUTV is participating in a one-year pilot program with HBO, Cinemax, and Encore to bring the newest and most popular movies to Rutgers students. Head to Channel 3.1 for HBO, 3.2 for HBO 2, 6.1 for HBO S, 6.2 for Cinemax, 8.1 for Encore, and 8.2 for Encore C. For more information about all things playing on RUTV, head to rutv.rutgers.edu or follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. For What's on RUTV, I'm Chloe Cooper.
Welcome back. So that looks like a great movie. I feel like it brings me back to my childhood a little bit.
Yeah, it just kind of, obviously not as intensely, but it reminds me of just, you know, wandering around town when I was like 12, 13, and the shenanigans my friends and I used to get into.
Right, and the only problem that we had at that moment, at least for me, was when the street light came on, that means you have to go home for dinner. You know, that was the only problem I felt like I had in the world.
See, I was, as a millennial, I had a phone by that time, so I didn't, well, first of all, I'm from a town with no street lights, but second of all, my mom would just pester me. She's like, it's 5 p.m., it's getting late. And I'm like, all right, Mom. But
at that point, I don't think I had a phone. I think I was young. My parents didn't let me get a phone until I was a little older. So, I was always just playing out with the kids, and then you'd go inside and have to go eat dinner, and the only thing was, the street light. So
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's a wrap for this season.
I like that. That was a nice TV pun. But yes, that'll do it for today's episode and this semester's season.
For more events happening this week, you can go to getinvolved.rutgers.edu or ruevents.rutgers.edu.
Follow us on Facebook by searching RU Network, or follow us on Twitter by searching @WakeUpRutgers.
And don't forget on Thursday to see Professor Steve Miller's academic review session.
Thanks so much for watching this semester. It's been a wild ride, and I've enjoyed it. So I'm Joey Lupo.
And I'm Olivia Cruiser. Have a great day, Rutgers. We'll see you next semester.